Season 1, hopefully, you know, for him to carry over into Season 2. But if he goes out at this point, can you imagine the upset? I think F0xy going out round 1 is probably the biggest upset anyone could anticipate, especially with how dominant the guy's been so far. But, I mean, right now...
Shades of Game 1,
I was about to say, very, very similar to how Game 1 went, where Aquary just enforced those mix-ups and has got right every time. However, in this round, he's pretty much dropping nothing. And that's a trade, wow. And it keeps him in, actually, a very unfortunate trade, really, because Aquary's now in the corner. You don't want to be in the corner against Tempest.
Oh, F0xy opts for the down 1, but Aquary patient with the block. Meter burn spin to counter poke.
That's
keeps
the
Aquary in the corner.
That's going to be the strength of Tempest. F0xy dropping it, unfortunately, but then again, getting the flurry punches anyway.
Another drop from F0xy Grampa. That 4-4 not working out for him today.
Oh, wow. I mean, it gets tagged by the hat, but it gets hit behind him. So, unfortunately, the string's going to whiff. But Aquary is still in the corner. Tries to down 1 out of it, but the throw whiffs. Pretty much giving him good escape there.
And there's a 50-50 into 50-50. F0xy opting not to spend his meter to punish that. Meter burn. Oh, Aquary tries to jump out, but F0xy's not ready.
He keeps getting pushed ever so slightly too far away for that orbiting hat to connect, but he's caught pressing buttons. F0xy going for the guaranteed there. Obviously, going for the forward 2 is much easier than going for the 4-4. You have a lot more... Well, you have a lot more time to work with.
The forward 2 is kill as well, significantly easier, definitely worth going for that. Aquary opts to break.
That was a big... I agree with the break. That was a big jump in. And to be honest, cover ops doesn't really require a lot of meter to do damage. Oh, F0xy getting that link now. I mean, the second he starts landing that, that's when it becomes really difficult, because not only is the combo drop damage that he's lost, but it's also Kung Lao giving you an escape that you need, especially against this kind of Tempest pressure.
I love how F0xy, like, when his downfall was blocked right there, right? You know, game 2 game 2 going to F0xy, but I love how when his downfall was blocked, he opted to take a slight step back. So if Aquary was going to try and challenge with a poke of his own, like a down 1 or a down 3, it would have whiffed, which would have given him a clean back 3 punish.
I think one of the deciding factors really in Game 2, though, was probably the fact that F0xy stopped dropping that link. Aquary was getting hit by a lot of things. It was just that F0xy was dropping the full combo, which was giving Aquary the escape that he wanted. But in round 3 of Game 2, the second F0xy stopped dropping it, not only was he taking more damage, but those escape options that he shouldn't have had basically were completely gone anyway, forcing him to take the mix-ups. The second he actually was forced to take the mix-ups, he tries to backdash, he's trying to jump and stuff, the kind of stuff that you actually can't really do against Tempest.
Well, we said this a lot in Season 1, and I'm assuming we'll say it a lot again in Season 2, but, you know, the importance of not dropping your combos, it's not just because of the damage you leave on the table, it's not just because of the damage you could have done, it's the momentum that you lose.
It's the situation, but going straight into it, a really nice check there on the normal, going into the grab. Oh, F0xy caught by a clean dive kick.
Aquary can get some big damage for this. Oh, I thought he was going to drop it there. I've never seen that one before. 34%.
That looks very easy to drop, but Aquary... Oh, and he gets the guess again. Nice stuff. I know, F0xy, yeah, just going for the gap. That's one of the strengths of Tempest in the matchup. The second you block that correct 50-50 and you go into a military stance, you can pretty much spin it almost every time.
Well, a lot of these Sonya strings do have holes in them which armor can exploit, and Kung Lao just has one of, if not the best armor through the game.
Well, it's an interesting thing to go for because it's seen to be one of Sonya's main weaknesses, is the amount of gaps that she has in things like cover ops. However, it's mainly the fact that you still have to block that 50-50 first before you get the chance to armor through. Oh, here comes F0xy, caught pressing buttons. A lot of the time when that back 2 connects, it's actually not because the opponent is blocking low, it's because they're actually pressing buttons.
A match point, F0xy Grampa. Aquary does get tagged by the second hit, that 4-4. Not quite sure what he thought was going to follow up, but again, the manages to bag himself some damage. Goes to the corner repositioning, smart stuff from Aquary.
Oh, and that's going to be a full combo hit confirming to spin. Just pushing him out of the corner. That's probably going to be orbiting hat, and that's going to be difficult again. I like the idea of running in and trying to bait that jump. The second Aquary jumps, and he's caught pressing buttons again, doesn't drop the link. That's actually got a lot of meter to work with too. Aquary maybe should have broke that. Oh, no.
I like the attempt though. Down 1 was blocked. That's usually where the opponent will go for a button of their own. But F0xy, wise to it, sees the meter.
Oh, and he tries to anti-1. I mean, this is almost curtains for Aquary. He has to get something going, but right as we say it, F0xy going in, and that's pretty much going to be game over. F0xy moving on.
As soon as that string was blocked, it was curtains for Aquary.
There was nothing he could do to avoid the spin. He didn't even have the health to block. Like, there was absolutely nothing Aquary could do to stop that meter burn spin from taking him out of the tournament.
Oh, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You know, if you're willing for
live by the 50-50, you die by the 50-50.
If you're willing for the 50-50 to win you the game, I guess at the same time you've got to be willing for it to cost it for you as well. So a clean 3-0 to F0xy Grampa, and what I would say not so surprising fashion. You know, obviously F0xy Grampa being the favourite to win in a majority of the tournaments that he enters, right? He tends to be the favourite. He's especially internationally, because that's where this guy has the most for success.
It's definitely like, I think that according to success, you know, if you go by results, there really is no denying that F0xy is pretty much, he is the most dominant player in Europe. He is the best player in Europe. I mean, the results have proven that. However, obviously, this is what is exciting about this bracket is at F0xy 2015, the tournament that happened after EVO in the UK, Mads in Madsen travelled for that. There was obviously Warner Brothers NetherRealm were generous enough to give that tournament a 10k pop bonus, which is the main reason Madsen travelled for it. Madsen actually took that tournament. Not only was he winning the tournament, but he destroyed, obviously not only did he destroy me in losers finals, he then destroyed Foxy 6-0 in grand finals.
6 games straight off Foxy in a tournament setting definitely isn't anything to shake.
He had a dominant showing. He had a dominant showing that this guy is a really strong player, and they're on opposite ends of the bracket. I mean, I know it's different slightly, but these guys have fought before, and Madsen and Foxy are pretty much almost, I suppose they're pretty much 1-1 offline. Foxy defeating Madsen at DreamHack, and then Madsen defeating Foxy at versus fighting, really.
So you can just see here, there we go, once again.
Well, it's that situation of, I think, game 1 and 2, the second Aquary was enforcing... I mean, game 1 was different because Aquary actually enforced a lot of 50-50s, and he got the right guess every time. It was actually his own execution that unfortunately let him down. I think it's slightly different, I guess, with Sonya and Tempest, because whenever Foxy would stand up and actually whiff punish the dropped combo, I'm not sure if Aquary was actually in the same situation. I mean, if Aquary dropped the combo, it was at the end where Kung Lao can quick rise and punish you for actually dropping it, whereas when Foxy dropped his combos, it was pretty much always the standing string, where when it was dropped, it resulted in a block rather than a knockdown.
But you can see the importance of just getting comfortable as your set goes on, because, you know, those 3 clips, well, these number of clips here you can see, they are from game 1, 2, and 3. But right at the start, without a doubt, that was a mishmash. That was a complete scramble. Both players were dropping most of their combos, most of their confirms, very close down to the wire because of it. But then, as the execution tightens up, as the reads are on point, and as, I guess, just, you know, as the cleanliness of the gameplay really tightens up, you can see how much of a difference it makes as the set goes on. I think it's an important skill to be able to do that quickly before it's too late.
I think it's the benefit of 3 out of 5 as well. I mean, that's one of the benefits of a 3 out of 5 set, is that you actually do have the time to adapt to your